Have you ever wondered why were you born? Hello, everyone, and whether you're watching this in the morning, the evening, or the afternoon, I say good day. Today we're talking about an awesome lesson here. Basically, I know you and I both live in the world, right? Society, and in today's society, it can easily make us feel like just a number. It can easily make you feel like you're losing sight of your value and your purpose. Today we're looking at a powerful message from God. In this one, God gave to a young prophet named Jeremiah. And then this is a message that reminds us of our own purpose. So I'll be reading from Jeremiah chapter 1, verses 4 and 5. It says, Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So the big idea is from this lesson, basically, our purpose isn't something that we have to find, right? It's something that God gave us already. He already planned this for us. He already had a plan for our lives from the very beginning. Now, as you go through life, you may not know all aspects of the plan, but just basically remember, God has a plan for your life. You were born with a purpose. So imagine being a young person, right? And hearing God tell you, before you were even born, I had a plan for you. Wow. Now, this is what God says to Jeremiah. In a world full of self help books and career quizzes that tell you to find your purpose, this verse flips the script. It tells us basically that our purpose isn't somewhere out there, right? Like you have to go find your purpose. But basically, it's divinely placed within us. God knew Jeremiah, consecrated him, and ordained him for a specific role long before he took his first breath. This wasn't just true for Jeremiah, it's true for every single one of you and every single one of me. Our identity and our purpose are not a cosmic accident because remember, we were created with intention. The world wants to tell you that you weren't, but God tells us that we are. Here's the challenge Jeremiah faced. He had to deliver a tough message to people who were consistently rejecting God's counsel. Sound familiar? The people hearkened not, meaning they didn't listen. They turned a deaf ear to the truth. Sometimes we face those challenges today. We're surrounded by people who claim to be Christians, but might be living a life contrary to God's word. We hear warnings about the consequences of our choices, but just like ancient Israel, sometimes we're tempted to scorn reproof and hate counsel. Basically, that just means we want to do what we want to do. But honestly, this text brings a powerful, relevant message. God's plan hasn't changed. He is still pleading with us today to turn from our evil ways, amend and change what we're doing. He's still using his chosen servants to deliver warnings and deliver reproofs. The beautiful thing is, you don't have to be a prophet to a nation like Jeremiah to fulfill this purpose. Your calling might be to a faithful friend, an honest employee, or a compassionate neighbor. God has sanctified you for this work. If God gave it to you, he'll lead you through it. Remember, he has a purpose for your daily life in your sphere of influence, just as he did for Jeremiah. The question is, are you going to be willing to walk in that purpose? Remember, the question is not whether you have one or not. You already have one. He's already ordained it for you. So what are your unique gifts and skills that you can use for that purpose? If you don't know, I suggest that you pray and ask God how you can use what you already have to serve him willingly, fulfilling his purpose and the things that he's placed inside you. And if those skills you can't see, ask him to light them up for you. Ask him to show you. Ask him to develop some things inside of you so that they can be used for his purpose. Because remember, you're not an accident. Neither am I. You were known, sanctified, and purposed by God even before you existed. So I encourage you, I challenge you to live like it. God bless everybody. I hope you have an awesome day. Continue to stay strong in the faith.